Hi there, Steve from the Redneck Preppy, and today I've got a video that's purely aimed at Canadian gun owners. Now, if you're not a Canadian, that means you can click out of this video. Feel free to check out the other 100 plus videos on the channel, or continue watching to find out what the canary in the coal mine feels like when it comes to gun ownership. So it's no secret that our current federal Liberal government is hostile to gun owners. Last year they brought in, it was subsequently passed, Bill C-71, which rolled back some of the changes, minor changes, that the previous Conservative government brought in on gun ownership in Canada. In January 2020, they are going to move again. Bill Blair, the Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, confirmed, essentially, back in November, the government will, through order in council, declare a large number of firearms to be prohibited and possibly confiscated.
When we bring forward that list.
But Turkish authorities are alleging that Canadian gangs invaded Syria in the summer.
It will be clearly articulated in the Order in Council that we bring forward, the principles that were applied to determining what weapons will be included.
But when you say like the one, what about...
Now, if you're not familiar with an Order in Council, it's essentially the Canadian analog to America's executive order. It allows the federal government and its ministers to institute new regulations without having to craft regulation and then have it debated and presumably passed in Parliament. So what firearms are they going for? At this point, it's difficult to tell. There have been several lists floating around on the web purporting to be the list of firearms that the government is going to be going for. My guess is, and this is purely an educated guess, they're going to be going after the AR-15 for certain. You know, that evil baby-killing rifle in Canada that has taken 0 lives in the 24,000 odd days that it's been legal to own here. They're most certainly going to be going after the CC-858 and the Swiss Arms rifles, several of the Swiss Arm rifles, which the previous Conservative government freed from prohibited status. Outside of that, anything is a guess. I've heard they're going to be going after M305s, which is essentially the civilian semi-automatic version of the M1 rifle. They're going to be going after M1 carbines, SKS 45s, Ruger Mini 14s, VZ58s, and several other rifles. I've also heard, and I actually suspect that this is probably going to be the case, that they're going to declare all semi-automatic firearms to be prohibited. So, what can you do? I've long lived my life in the belief that there are 2 ways of getting your ass kicked. You can either go to the ground and just take the kicks and the punches until your aggressor stops before you die, and hope that they stop before you die. You can throw punches before the inevitable happens. I always prefer the latter approach. So now, this being Canada, I'm not counseling you to break the law. That's a very bad idea. What I am counseling you to do, however, is to take lawful action. That means contacting your elected representatives and making your feelings known. Now, the good news is that it's relatively simple to do so, and most of the hard work has actually been taken care of for you thanks to the efforts of Tracy Wilson and the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights. Now, right now you see on this screen a blog post recently made on the CCFR's website by Tracy that urges you to contact your elected officials. Provided also is a sample letter that you can copy and paste into a word processor, print out, and sign. You are to send these letters to your local MP, Bill Blair, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. So put them in 3 envelopes, address them to their respective recipients, and mail them. No postage necessary. Now, what is very important about this writing campaign is that it needs to be via letter, and trust me, elected officials generally ignore emails. And you need to have your letters out preferably well before January the 27th, the date which Parliament resumes sitting. After that, it's probably too late. Tracy and the CCFR want stacks of letters on desks to show our elected officials that we are very concerned about this becoming law without any debate in Parliament. Now, what is this going to accomplish? I honestly don't know. Given the ideological animus that the Liberal government and several other parties in Parliament have towards gun owners, this may be nothing more than a wasted effort. Or it could cause the Liberal government to pause and choose the responsible path and go through Parliament for any future gun regulations. Either way, they'll at least know that Canadian gun owners do care. Now, additionally, there's also a petition to sign. It's currently well over 63,000 signatures as I wrote this script, which basically also calls on the Liberal government to go through the Parliament on the issue of firearms regulations. Anyway, fight for your rights or lose them. Take a few minutes and send some letters. In the description below, you're going to find links to both the page detailing how to send letters and the link to the petition to sign. At any rate, thanks for watching. I hope the new year is a good one for you. As always, if you liked the video, feel free to give it a like or a share and get the word out about this campaign. Subscribe to the channel, of course. Below, you'll also find links to my Facebook and Twitter pages. In 2020, even in Canada, may your shots always ring true, and have a great day.